everyone, it's Julia within the Kitchens. Do you have a Disney favorite? I sure do. Anyone who knows me knows that that's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is such a sweet story. I have these beautiful prints that I got years and years ago. It's a beautiful story about not judging people by the way that they look. And then these two wonderful people fall in love and live happily ever after. Within that story, there's a scene where Belle comes to dinner and they say, "Be our guest. Try the gray stuff, it's delicious." So today we are going to make the gray stuff. The gray stuff is a very popular item at all the Disney theme parks. And it's super easy to make. It's Jell-O, some cookies, some Oreos, milk, and that's it. You'll whip it together and there you have it. The problem is it does take a little bit of time. So you have to be patient if you're going to do this recipe, but it will be well worth it in the end. We're going to start with our vanilla pudding. So we need 1.5 cups of whole milk, put that in our bowl. It's nice and cold. That's a trick to it too. Make sure your milk is super, super cold. And then we're going to add to that our 3.4 ounces of vanilla pudding. We're going to whip that together and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for 1.5 hours. Let's get that. Jell-O, nothing's wrong with Jell-O, right? Everybody loves Jell-O. Okay, we add that and whisk. So you want to whisk for about 2 minutes until it thickens up really nice. And you just keep on going until you're ready to put it in your refrigerator. All right, so here we are 2 hours later, and our vanilla pudding mix has been taken out of the refrigerator, and it is nice and firm, and that is exactly how you want it. The next thing we want to do is that we want to take our 15 Oreo cookies, and we want to puree them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little food processor here, and I'm going to put in my 15 cookies, and we're just going to mix them up until they are very fine particles. So, all right, and here we go. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Always fun in the kitchen. Look at that. They look already almost perfect. I'll do one more little boop. Looks good. Now the directions say to take those cookie particles and fold them into our pudding. So we have to understand what folding means. So in order to fold, you put in a little bit and sprinkle, and you don't just mix, you're not stirring, you're folding. So you take one side, move it over, and you just kind of keep doing that motion until it is folded in. And you can see how firm that pudding is. That's the texture you want, because later we're going to be putting it into a piping bag. So it's all folded in, and now we're going to add an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip. There we go. Nice and frozen, right out of the freezer. Okay. And 3 tablespoons of our Jell-O pudding mix. You don't have to prepare it, you just have to add the mix. So we added that, and once we have it all mixed together, we're going to put that in the refrigerator for 1 more hour. All right, so it's 1 hour later, and our gray stuff is ready to go. I have placed it in my piping bag that has a large tip on the end. I'm also going to be using my little cupcake gems that look like a pearl for decoration. And I'm using a scalloped cookie. What does that mean? You can get any type of cookie and it has scalloped edges. It's all for presentation. So I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to pipe my gray stuff onto my cookie in a circular motion, almost like the tip of an ice cream cone. Then I'm going to add my pearls, sprinkle those on top, and enjoy.